Indian Sikh soldiers arrive in France during World War I in 1914. African Americans collect the remains of soldiers killed in battle near Cold Harbor, Virginia, in April of 1865. August 8, 1940. After a test flight, the British Ladies Civil Air Transit Auxiliary in full gear. Residents of liberated Marseille greet the French general, 1944. Jim Whittaker, May 1, 1963, first American to climb Mount Everest. An American sailor on the main gun turret of the sunken battleship United States ship Oklahoma, BB-37, during the ship's righting, Pearl Harbor, 1946. Raquel Welch resting during the filming of her film Kansas City Bomber, 1972. Wrist braces because she broke it during filming. She did most of her stunts. Ronald and Nancy Reagan stand among the Terracotta Army in Xi'an, China, 1984. A 15-year-old German Luftwaffe anti-aircraft crew member crying after being taken prisoner by American forces, 1945. Gulf War Victory Parade, United States, 1991. An Ottoman lady lay with her head resting on the tombstone of her daughter Fatma, who had passed away 3 years earlier at the tender age of 19 while still in postpartum confinement. Istanbul, 1880. Casablanca Conference, January 14th to 24th, 1943. President Franklin D. Roosevelt, Prime Minister Winston S. Churchill. Soldiers saying their farewell on their way to war, 1939. Otter Benga, a Congolese Mbuti pygmy, exhibited in the monkey cage at the Bronx Zoo. He was forced to smile and show his sharpened teeth to thousands of visitors, 1906. Residents of a Yugoslav village joyfully greet the senior pilot of the 392nd NBAP, Semyon Boyko, 1944. Top secret operation to recover a crashed Mi-25 Hind D in Chad, Africa. Operation Mount Hoplo, 3 June 10 to 11, 1988. From the photo book The Teds, England, 1976. Construction of the United States Pavilion for the 1967 World's Fair in Montreal, designed by American architect and inventor Richard Fuller. Montreal, Canada, 1966. Green Beret Captain Richard Flaherty, standing at 4'9" and weighing 97 pounds, stands next to 6'6" Private First Class Nips, 1971. French soldiers with local residents at a grape harvest festival in Alsace in 1939. Randolph Scott and Cary Grant in their Santa Monica referred to as Bachelor Hall. They lived together for around 10 years, sharing their first home in 1932. A Woman at the Beach in Iran Before the Revolution, 1960. Robert Capa, Sicilian peasant telling an American officer which way the Germans had gone, near Troina, Italy, August 1943. Martial law, May 3, 1982, Warsaw Zomo units disperse protesters. Anti-evolution books on sale in Dayton, Tennessee, where the Monkeyville trial of Professor John T. Scopes took place. Tornado damage at Omaha, over 3,000 left homeless. Used car lot, early 1930s. (1969) Concert goers huddle under a sheet of cardboard in the rain at the 3-day era-defining Woodstock Music and Art Fair in Bethel, New York. Hair done by Philip Mason, 1965. Photo by Richard Blinkoff. The Great Ohio River Flood. This man built a makeshift boat out of 4 metal washtubs and some wooden slats. 1937. Madonna's initial style before she became a global phenomenon. Photographed by Richard Corman with a group of local kids in the Alphabet City neighborhood of New York City's Lower East Side, 1982. The Track Drive-In, Los Angeles, California, 1949. Driver's orders were delivered on an electrically controlled conveyor belt. Photo booth circa 1967. Mike Mentzer confronting Arnold Schwarzenegger during the 1980 Mr. Olympia backstage. It is generally considered by a lot of bodybuilding fans that Mentzer should have won but was robbed by the jury. Theda Bara as Cleopatra in the 1917 Fox version. "17-year-old Ekaterina Shipova, a nurse and member of the Red Army, was captured by the Germans and imprisoned in a Minsk camp, 1942. Child wearing a creepy Halloween mask. (1930) Miss Germany Irma Hofer. Portrait of an Osage woman and her children circa 1918 to 1922. Abkhazian young woman holds a Russian AK-74 assault at a funeral in the town of Gudauta. That rifle belonged to a man who was killed in fighting in Abkhazia, circa September 25, 1993. Asso Bazou, a Moroccan man suffering from microcephaly, 1931. Osama bin Laden photographed with several Mujahideen fighters during the Soviet invasion, Afghanistan, 1988. (1983) Secret Service agents evacuating President Reagan at Augusta National Golf Club, where Charles Harris took 7 hostages and demanded to speak with the president. The world's most beautiful woman in the 1900s, Lina Cavalieri. Martin Van Buren, the 8th President of the United States, poses in photographer Matthew Brady's New York City portrait studio, 1855 to 1858. A British soldier poses in a downed German Bf 109 Year 4 fighter, 1940. Knife grinders in France around 1902. They worked lying down to save their backs and had dogs sit on their legs for warmth. Two Maori Wahine in traditional dress exchanging a hongi during the Waitangi Centennial celebrations, 1940. Hillary Clinton on her wedding day, 1975. Princess Diana in a visit to Karnak Temple, Luxor, Egypt in 1992. Early colour autochrome of a woman in Egyptian-style dress, capturing the Egyptomania trend of the period, 1914. One-third of the population of Ireland, 1.25 million, gathered in a single field for a mass led by the Pope in 1979. Shell-shocked United States Marine Vietnam, Hugh, 1968. San Francisco earthquake and fire, April 18, 1906, First National Bank at Bush and Sansom Streets. Marilyn Monroe photographed for Life magazine by Philippe Halsman in 1952. Audrey Hepburn's wedding dress, 1969. Mark Harms, 9, of Rome paddles through the intersection of River Beach Drive and Shoreview Lane on his way home in this March 1985 photo. Costume for the traditional ritual dance Bugaku, Japan. Charlie and Eddie Murphy in the 1980s. Hundreds of people lined up at the Anglo-Palestine Bank in Jerusalem to receive new money, 1948. 1886, Randolph Street Market in Chicago's Haymarket Square. Mafun, a man with hypertrichosis, and his son, Yangon, Myanmar, 1867. Babe Ruth gets a good luck kiss from his daughter before Game 3 of the 1927 World Series. Babe Ruth hit a 3-home runner in the game as the Yankees won 8-1. United States Marines of the 28th Regiment, 5th Division, cheer and hold up their rifles after the second flag raising atop Mount Suribachi on Iwo Jima, a volcanic Japanese island, 1945. Shannon Doherty, 1990s. Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali, March 1964. (1932) Giant clock made of women on the beach on New Year's Eve, December 31st. (1932) The Morby triplets. Claudette, Angela and Claudine are fast asleep as the clock strikes midnight, signalling the new year. Construction of the Great Eastern, Millwall, London, 1857. Bags of rubbish in central London not being collected due to a utility workers' strike. London, 1970. In the early 1980s, the South Korean military constructed concrete defensive positions that closely resemble medieval castles. Horse Racing Island, 1952. In 1956, for a bet while drunk, Thomas Fitzpatrick stole a small plane from New Jersey and then landed it perfectly on a narrow Manhattan street in front of the bar he had been drinking at. Admiral Rickover had very unorthodox interviewing techniques. One of them involved the use of a special interview chair to put candidates off guard. The chair had the two front legs sawed off 6 inches short, 1950s. Eskimo medicine man exorcising evil spirits from a sick boy, Nushagak, Alaska, 1924. The Hello Girls, the women who ran the World War I switchboard 6 members of the United States Army Signal Corps preparing to ship off for France in 1918, where they and 217 other women served as switchboard operators. A device for teaching a child to walk Switzerland, 1939. Lovers Lane, New Jersey, 1983, Thomas Hoopker. They say us clans went to the 5th grade, but us don't burn our draft cards. Picket sign in Montgomery, Alabama, United States, 1967. Tsunami sweeping over a commercial pier in Hilo, Hawaii, in 1946, taken from the SS Brigham Victory. The man indicated by the arrow had just cut the line from the pier to the ship so that it could escape to open sea. Joey Heatherton's 70s. Bicharin woman, Egypt 1880s. A Russian girl in national costume of the 19th century. Frida Kahlo in 1953 at the English Hospital. Bulgarians greet soldiers during the German invasion of Bulgaria for the subsequent offensive against Yugoslavia and Greece, March 1941. Big hair, 1980s. The German battleship Tirpitz under attack by British aircraft, 1944. The first United Kingdom-based non-white stewardesses to be employed by an independent airline received their wings at the London offices of British Midland Airways in 1970. The aftermath of the eruption of Mount Agung, Bali, 1963. East German soldier helps a little boy sneak across the Berlin Wall the day it was erected in 1961. The boy had been left behind in the chaos of people fleeing to be with their families on either side of the wall. 1848. Very early photo of Old London Town, the High Street, Lambeth. Lina Cavalieri, the world's most beautiful woman in the 1900s. Canadian artillerymen add an early seasonal message to a shell for their 60-pounder field gun on the Somme front, November 1916. Carrie Fisher, 1976. A young Pam Grier as Miss Colorado Universe runner-up, 1967. Singer Celine Dion in Paris, France, 10th of July 1982. Vicky Dugan in the 1960s. Nine-year-old prodigy, Hanson Kaptan, Turkish child, has an exhibition at a gallery in Paris, France, 1951. A French soldier poses next to a large German aerial bomb from World War I. A Turkish man reading new Turkish alphabet in front of bookseller, 1929. Glynis Johns, 1948. Robert Wadlow was the tallest man in history. Here he is at 19 years old, chatting with a friend. Dog giving you a very good reason to vote in the 1964 election. He brought his best friend to the bar in Minnesota in 1937. Bill Nye, as he was becoming the science guy, 1970. Fella Girl with a Jug, 1883. In 1922, 16-year-old Canadian Aloha Vandervelde became the first woman to circumnavigate the globe, Aloha in India. Construction of the Capitol Dome in Washington, D.C., United States, 1857. The contestants in the 1925 bathing beauty pageant in Huntington Beach, California. Dustin Hoffman, Dante Basco and Robin Williams on the set of Hook, 1991. Academy of Arts, gymnasium in a former church in Petrograd, 1920s. David Bowie with his wife Iman Abdul Majid, 1995. This car's design makes it look like a toy. A girl from a poor family during the Great Depression. Twin funnels on Palm Sunday in Elkhart, Indiana. One of the first photos of a tornado. Sophia Loren at her home in Rome, Italy, 25th of August 1953. On August 28, 1945, Communist leader Mao Zedong toasted nationalist leader Chiang Kai-shek. The only black soldier of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, 1915. Jane Russell, 1940s. Bull Chief, warrior of the Apsaluk, Crow tribe, photographed by Edward S. Curtis in the year 1908. Trainees donning makeshift astronaut suits, marching through Zambian villages 1969. Sinking of U-625 by a Canadian Sunderland. All 53 crew were lost. Winston Churchill notably had these photos displayed in his office. March 10th, 1944. Austrian Jewish-born Colonel Ernst Frey, one of the highest-ranking foreign officers of the Vietnamese Army, 1946. Father, son, grandfather and great-grandfather, New Guinea, 1970. A typical Texas cotton field at picking time 1890s. Bus Cafe Bar, 1933.